Hey guys, real quick. I was just thinking about a conversation I had with a young man the other day. He told me that his friend was dating a young lady, and he was dating a young lady out of convenience. So I'm like, wow. And I thought about convenience meeting desperation. Sometimes we, and this isn't a male or female thing, this is everybody. Sometimes we as desperate people find ourselves linking up with people of convenience, people who use us for their convenience. Convenience meaning it takes them nothing to be with us. They're not gonna sacrifice anything. It's a very beneficial relationship for them. It's easy. It's a comfort relationship for them. You know what I mean? If they had to do anything different to make it work that might bend them out of shape, then they're not gonna do it because it's convenient. You know what I mean? They gotta stick to the convenience. But we as desperate people, we do things out of desperation, but we say we do it out of love, or we do it out of because that's our caring heart, or we're a giving person, and we camouflage these things that we do for those people. We camouflage them with better names, but if you're really being realistic, you're doing it out of desperation. I'm not saying you're not a giving person, not saying you're not a loving person, but when you're constantly giving and loving and going out of your way to please someone, always available, accommodating the other person, even if it causes you no joy, no peace, no nothing. But you do these things just for the sake of desperation. And it's not until we admit the desperation that we're able to do something about it. I'm saying we because I do not exclude myself from this, because I have been in situations where I've been desperate, and my biggest fear was to die alone, and I didn't want to die alone. So I would look for the right something and someone who introduced themselves to me. And it wasn't until I noticed this is a relationship of convenience. Like it's if they had to do anything different to love you, would they love you? And then us as desperate people sit around and think, is there someone better for me? But you will not move from that relationship because you're desperate. You're desperate to stay in it. You're desperate for companionship. And sometimes when we find ourselves being single for so long, or lonely, or whatever, we find ourselves allowing convenient people to come in. People who need us only for convenience. But if we take away some of the things, like, and let me describe some of the people of convenience. Married people use you for their convenience. Homeless people, and I don't want to say homeless meaning people out on the street. Well, people out on the streets, yeah, but people that jump from house to house, or people that jump from relationship to relationship. Those are relationships. Those are people who do things out of convenience, who don't they don't really care about the other person. It's more so for themselves. I'm gonna get a divorce. I'm not really happy with her. I love you and I want to stay every night with you. Or they're a relationship of convenience, meaning financial. The person cannot do for themselves. So right now you're financially able to help them in some type of way where it is convenient for them to be with you. You get where I'm going with this? So when convenience meets desperation, it's not a good mix. It's not, and I'm not going to say it can't work, but I haven't seen it work in my situations. So when I learned who I was and who I am and what God wants for me, because I often jump the gun and I do things out of order and out of desperate measures. You know what I mean? You allow someone to love you. Allow someone to love you so you will not have to lower your self-esteem. You will not have to lower your integrity. You will not have to lower your values or the things that you want out of a mate. Don't get so desperate that your red flags become yellow and then they become white, and it's okay. You become so passive on things that you know are wrong. Don't allow yourself to be so desperate to be in a relationship that does not make you happy, but you are in a relationship only to make the other person happy. I don't know who I'm talking to, but these are things that I fought with myself. And these are things that I see on a daily basis. And I do not want a relationship built on convenience and desperation. Love yourself enough to wait. Love yourself enough to wait on someone to love you. Love yourself enough to wait on someone to love you the way you want to love. That's all.